And we are back with another Black Widow Creek podcast. New episode every single Wednesday and Sunday. I'm your host, Ben 𝐻𝐃𝐕𝐎𝐑𝐈𝐓𝐄 whatever my IG is called, Ben Real vs. World. Today is exciting. It's very exciting because we are about to announce the winners of our first ever Black Widow Cream X Dutch Bros Coffee Contest. I say first ever because we have decided to do a second contest. And today is that announcement. I'm about to tell you guys about the second contest. The reason why we're doing it is because the first one was so fucking ill. Everyone went nuts. All of our submissions were fucking... It was hard to pick, guys. It was hard to pick a winner. We narrowed it down to like 10 and then had to get it down to 3 and then we had to pick 1 and it was like so stressful. So with that being said, I know last week I said I was going to announce it on the morning roast today, but what we decided to do, I'm about to record a YouTube video and we're going to make it so just youtube.com/blackwindowcream. If you go there right now, the video that I'm talking about right now will be created by this point that you're listening to this. But what I want to do is just sit down. I'm going to highlight the top 10 submissions that between Black Widow Cream and Dutch Bros that we really liked. I'm going to watch it in real time. I'm going to review it as we go, play everyone's work. There were so many amazing submissions. I was blown away by it. The prize that the winner got is amazing. They got $1,000 cash prize, plus they got to build an ongoing working relationship with Dutch Bros, which is fucking crazy because that company is so big. And I thought that was an impressive prize. And then Dutch Bros was like, yo, let's do another one and provide even more opportunity. And they raised the stakes. But before I get to what those stakes are, make sure to go to youtube.com/blackwindowcream. Subscribe first if you haven't, because we're trying to get lit. And watch this video because these submissions are great and it can give you an idea of like the different types of talent that creators have when it comes to giving them one simple phrase, which is the most epic morning coffee session. And this is all of their submissions for that. So check it out. Thank you for competing, guys. You guys all killed it, guys and girls. I'm not just saying, I say guys, meaning all of you motherfuckers. But yeah, you guys killed it. So with the second contest, this is it. I'm gonna kind of hone in on my notes that I wrote because it's easier if I just read off this shit instead of trying to ramble it all out. But basically, Dutch Bros wants to unleash your creativity. Each year, Dutch Bros puts on an insane event called 𝐀𝐕𝐎𝐑𝐈𝐓𝐄, where they fly thousands of their baristas to PDX and Sacramento, California, for a massive celebration of Dutch Bros culture. By competing in this Black Widow Cream X Dutch Bros contest, you will have a chance to win an all-expense paid trip to Sacramento on August 13th to create content at this event. And yes, Dutch Bros will be covering your room, travel, your food, plus they will not only be giving you a media pass to shoot at this festival, this internal festival that they put on, but they will be paying you to shoot that motherfucker. Yep, they're going to be paying you $1,000 to come shoot their own festival headlined by Jon Bellion and AJR. This could be your chance to get some real portfolio work to take your career to the next motherfucking level. Jon Bellion's an incredible artist. I've listened to his music for years. His photographer Dexter is fucking sick with it. I've been meaning to get him on the podcast. Can't wait to do that. But definitely jump on this motherfucker because we're literally now not only giving you money but flying you somewhere, which is insane. So pumped on that. So what is this contest and how can I compete, you ask? Dutch Bros wants to send 150 Black Widow Cream members, 3. I did 2 with my fingers, but I meant 3 brand new unreleased shirts for you to get creative with. I'm wearing one of the shirts right now. I put 2 on the other lap. This shirt right here is pretty fucking fire. This shirt right here is pretty fucking fire. If you're not on YouTube, you should be checking it out. They're sending you 3 of these shirts, guys. To the first 150 people that sign up for this contest. The creative concept for this contest is mob the streets. That's all we're giving you. However you take it, I'm excited to see what you take and create out of that, but mob the streets is the creative concept. Your objective is to create the illest set of photos and or videos of these new shirts as if you had been hired by Dutch Bros directly. This is your fucking chance to show a massive brand your ability to create on a high level and potentially get hired for future jobs. This is like your resume, people. Like you have an opportunity to show this major brand your resume. What will you do to stand out amongst 150 people? I'm very curious to know what that is. We're looking for the illest photographers or videographers who think they have what it takes and consider them, I can't read my own writing, considers themselves a professional who would kill to level up with this opportunity. This is the whole point of me starting Black Window Cream from the jump, was to find ways to provide opportunity. I'm pumped as fuck that we can do things like this. To have 2 back-to-back contests with a brand like Dutch Bros is incredible, and I'm pumped. So I want you guys to go as hard as you fucking possibly can. Show the power of Black Window Cream and the creators that are in this community, because I know you guys are going to kill this shit. You can submit photos or videos or both. One video, 15 to 30 seconds, a set of 6 to 12 photos. You can sign up at bwnc.dutchbros.com at 7 p.m. Pacific time on Thursday the 11th. Okay, so in 2 days, be ready. Mark your calendars. 7 p.m. Pacific time. You will be able to sign up as soon as the site goes live. 150 people, that's all we're taking. So make sure that you're one of those 150 people. Otherwise, you cannot compete in this contest. It's United States residents only. I'm sorry to my Canadians and everyone else on Earth, but shipping logistics is a motherfucker. I know they sent out a couple packages to our overseas creators who signed up before we told everyone that was US only last time. But so shout out to you guys for getting on that. But yeah, 7 p.m. Just hang tight too once you sign up. I know people fill out the forms real quick and there's no automated message that comes to you, but within the next day or two, Dutch Bros will immediately send out your order and you'll get a confirmation email that comes straight to you that says your order has been shipped, it's on its way. If you don't get that email within a few days, feel free to write the email on that website, a message, and just ask about it. But that most likely means you didn't make the 150 cut. So just hang tight. I know a lot of people DM me and shit. Please don't DM me. Just wait a little bit. Have patience. They will send it to you. And the winner will be announced on August 4th. Oh, you have to submit your content by the 31st. July 31st is the final date to submit your content. So make all your illest shit. Submit it by the 31st by emailing bwnc@dutchbros.com with a link to your Dropbox, your Google Drive, whatever. All these rules are listed on the website. So bwnc.dutchbros.com. Everything is listed there. So don't worry if you're not writing everything down right now. It's all listed there. And we will announce the winners on August 4th. We're excited to watch all of this content, see what you guys create. Very pumped on this fucking challenge. Man, I hope we keep doing more of these. This is fucking fun. It's really fun to see what you guys create, and I'm pumped on this. I'm sorry this is a long intro to a morning roast, but I felt like it needed to be said. I wanted to make sure I got everything out there. So make sure to see who won contest number 1 with Dutch Bros and Black Window Cream. That video is on YouTube right now, youtube.com/Black Window Cream. Make sure you sign up this Thursday. Don't forget, bwnc.dutchbros.com. And that's it. And if you were on Patreon, you would have already known about this because we told everyone a little bit early. So those motherfuckers already dialed in. Patreon.com/Black Window Cream if you want to hop on there and get involved in our Discord channel. That shit is lit. And that's it. Let's get into this week's morning roast, which is, what if Instagram died tomorrow? I mean, what if? It'd be fucking crazy. Are you ready for it?
Attention.
If you stop this podcast recording at any time,
you will die.
I don't want to die.
Do you want to live?
You have 24 hours to share this podcast with 5 people or you will die.
I'm kidding, you won't die. You're just weak shit for not sharing.
And the winner of the best motherfucking podcast goes to...
Black with no cream.
What do you think?
It's so fucking dumb and so fucking Ben Haggerty.
I knew you would say that. And we're back. This episode is titled, What If Instagram Vanished Tomorrow? Could you imagine? The reason why we're talking about this is because right now we are, by the time you'll hear this, it'll be a week since we recorded this, but today the trending hashtag on Twitter is hashtag Facebook and Instagram. And that's because Facebook and Instagram are fucking acting up and down and nothing's working and the app's fucked. Someone posted, currently everyone on Facebook and Instagram, and it's just this picture of this old lady and it says, I can't see shit. And she's holding up her glasses. But it made me, we had this conversation before. Remember last time Instagram went down for like an entire day and everyone was tripping out? They were saying shit like Instagram models are no longer are no longer models. Yeah, or models are no longer models anymore because they don't have a fucking 4 million followers or whatever.
Right.
But I think it's interesting because for creators, for instance, today I was trying to put together a deck and I needed to find some pictures of creators that I know. And I was like looking to get just literal headshots of them, and I know that they exist, but their Instagram, nothing was working. So I'm like, fuck, what do I do now? So then I'm like going to looking for their website. Some of them don't have websites, which I'm one of them, rebuilding right now. The second, like the next thing that I would notice that was common was that if I did get to their site, they have very little about them or even would show their face, which is one thing. But like, and then on top of it, a lot of their work wasn't there. And I know from me, I had a website and I never updated that shit. I just didn't, because I was like, oh, Instagram is it. And we've had a podcast called Instagram is My Resume, or whatever the title was.
This is a new resume.
But it is a resume, and it is a place to showcase your shit, but I don't think it should be the only place that you do it, because what if a motherfucker vanished tomorrow? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. This is a good topic, right?
Yeah, I love this topic. I think, well, just to preface before we start going into this, to not confuse it with our other one, Instagram as a new resume is still a fact.
Still
in the
super
sense of
fact.
like, the way to get jobs now, and the way you're going to get into these opportunities, and the way that people are going to find you, and still the way that the first thing people are going to look at when they figuring out if they're going to hire you is your Instagram. So you still have to, your Instagram has to be fire. You still got to invest in it and then care about it. But the idea of this, and what we think is interesting, is if the only value, like if your entire value is completely predicated on your Instagram, right? The amount of followers you have, or the content you have on there,
right,
or whatever, and you don't have any other source in order to like show for your work and your skills, it's crazy to think that the minute Instagram goes down, for any of these people who only derive their value from Instagram, like they're shit out of luck in terms of like, you can't show people things, people can't find you, people can't see what you're doing. And so I think this topic goes a million ways, but like Ben talked about, one is the fact that like websites and portfolios and reels and stuff that you can have elsewhere that have your that are clean, that have your stuff safely, that have all your work and your about me's and your contact info is still super important. And also the idea of like, imagine if you only connect with people, or people only know you from your Instagram, and they don't know you for your name at least, or they don't know you outside. Then the minute Instagram goes down, your connection to all these people goes away. Right. So like, you still have to invest in like making relationships in person outside of Instagram, right? If you're connecting with creators, you want to try to find a way to connect with them on a human level outside of Instagram, so that if Instagram went down tomorrow, you still have your contacts, you still have people that are going to hit you up, people still know who you are, all this stuff. I think this is super interesting.
It is.
So
the other thing is about funneling, like using Instagram to like, it's one thing to showcase shit, right? If I go to anytime, honestly, someone's like, hey, I need someone to do something dope, the first thing I do is go to Instagram, search their name, because it's like a fucking search engine, find the person, click on it, see the last 9 relevant things that they've done, scroll if I have to, but then as soon as I see something that looks like what I'm looking for, I click that shit, watch it, decide if you're trash or not, right? Like, it's that simple. Maybe I'll go above and beyond, and if there's a website, sorry, I don't know what the fuck I'm choking on, sour cream chips, god damn it. If I go to the website, there may be more shit there, depending, like if I click it real quick and it looks like it's gonna have something promising on it, or if you would go to my old website, it still looked fine and had shit that was worthy of looking at, but it wasn't my most recent projects, honestly. And so you make your decision that quick, and I'm sure mad people have passed on me just because I haven't updated my website and they just have no idea. Or maybe they saw one thing on Instagram that someone shared to them that I posted 2 years ago. They're like, oh, that's cool. And for some reason they go straight to my profile, straight to my website, and don't find that content. Whatever it was that I was sharing, it's not there anymore. So it's like this weird idea of how you funnel shit back and forth, with the idea of like, look at Vine. Vine crashed and died, right? Everyone that was on Vine, Sean Sauce talked about this in our podcast with him, but like Sean had 1 million followers on Vine. And what he started doing was working with other creators to help them build their brands, versus what some other creators were doing, were migrating their fans off of that app to other platforms. So they would take them to Instagram, take them to YouTube, etc. And they were able to do it and get like a high success rate of people to travel over, like King Batch, Amanda Cerny, all these top tier, Logan Pauls, all these motherfuckers that came up on Vine were able to get those people to go elsewhere before that shit died, and that helped them. So that funnel process was super key. Hey guys, check this out. This is a 6-second video, but if you want to see a fucking 6-minute video, go over here to YouTube and check it out and subscribe and blah, 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 blah. Whatever they did it right, and it worked. And then Vine died, and they were prepared for it. It's like fucking the idea of, I'm from Iowa, so we have tornadoes, and if you don't have a tornado shelter, you're fucked. So when that fucking alarm goes off, it's the most terrifying sound in the world, and it's dark out, and you're like, oh shit, I'm about to get hit. You go straight to the basement, and you have like your set things in there that you may need in case the power goes out, in case your fucking roof collapses, all this shit. Like, you want to have it set for a disaster, right? So in the case of, if Instagram is your bread and butter, and you're known for your Instagram, is there another way that you can bring at least your clients, at least the people who are going to pay you? It might not matter if you have fans, but the people that are going to pay you, how do you get them to go beyond just your IG, right? To go off of that and maybe go to your website, or maybe just locking in like a Rolodex of people that you stay in touch with via email versus just the IG DMs or whatever it may be. Or if you are connecting with them on IG DMs, you're pulling phone numbers like, yo, let's swap numbers, blah, 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 blah. Who knows? This app could die. And you'd sound like a fucking lunatic for saying that shit. I'd be like, dog, you can just ask me for my number. But like,
yeah, no, you don't have to say that, but that's...
I know, but like, that's at least you're preparing, because who knows what happens when that shit goes away. You're fucked. You're literally fucked. So I think, yeah, being able to funnel back and forth is like super important, because you could say, oh, hey guys, I'm uploading like mini little vlogs or whatever on IG stories daily, and that's what you advertise on your website, because maybe your website gets a lot of traffic. So now people know that they can go over here to get this, but on your website you're giving away just this. Like, this is where I put all my official projects that I do with clients, or this is where I sell my merch, or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like finding the balance between the two, but you want to do it in order to like have people become trained to understanding that this is where I could go. I knew when Morley would have his... Did we talk about that in this episode, or the one we just recorded before this?
Just one before we...
Oh, shit. All right. Well, Morley is a street artist and filmmaker and stuff. And I remember growing up getting his website and looking at it and just being mesmerized by all these projects and all these different things that was on the site. Like, there was nowhere else to go. Maybe he was posting this shit on Facebook, but like, that's a feed full of other garbage. You know what I mean? And that's like... But this is the stuff he knew I wanted to see, that I would be looking for as a filmmaker fan, and also for clients to come and look at it and be like, wow, he's done this, he's done this, he's done all this shit. It was like a very organized way, and it's strategic for it. And even in the pitch I just did today, it was like organizing one landing page that could showcase everything I was capable of doing on all spectrums. You know what I mean? And I even missed them. They brought it up like, oh, hey, but you didn't talk about this. Do you have any access to creators that do sound design? And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, absolutely we do. I just didn't have it on here. Now what if he didn't ask that question and he went elsewhere because I didn't say I had that? Now I just lost a bag, right? Mm-hmm. And my sound designer may have lost a bag, and blah, blah, blah. As a production company, I may have lost it because I did not make it as clear as possible that I can facilitate all needs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is super interesting. So it's like getting them off and then staying there, because if I just said, hey, and I've done it, hey, do you have a card? Nah, I just have Instagram. If you can't figure out how to get a hold of me on Instagram, like, we can't do business. Like, I'll literally say that to people. They're like, yeah, I mean, I feel it. All right, cool, we'll hit you up. And they do, and it's fine. But like, what if I did say that last year, and then this year Instagram's dead, and they're like, fuck, he told me to hit him up on Instagram. I have no idea what his real name was. I have no idea what his website was.
Facts.
I only know his avatar. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's so interesting. That shit would be crazy if it really went away.
You just went off, preached everything he just said.
What if the terrorists?
I think I'm so glad you brought up the Vine shit, because that's like the fucking perfect example of this thing. And it's the idea of like, and I'm speaking, but like, I tell myself this all the time. I just told Ben, like, man, I need to get on Twitter. You know what I mean? I need to be, for example, if Instagram went down tomorrow, Raven is popping on Twitter. Mm-hmm. She's good because she's built her fan base elsewhere. The Vine people were successful, that are still successful now, like you said, were smart to be able to migrate that power in the audience from Vine to Instagram and YouTube, because the minute Vine died, the people who didn't do that and didn't migrate those fans and build like an ecosystem are fucked now, because they can't show people their Vine and say, look at how many views I used to get. It doesn't matter anymore because people aren't finding your stuff. Luckily, Vine fans were so like interested and so like obsessed that they were going and finding people without them even having to really try too hard, I think. But
nah, they were trying hard.
Yeah,
you could tell. You could see it when it started. When you realized that Vine was gonna die, I paid so much. I didn't act in it at all, but I paid attention to it, and you could see that transition, and you could tell the people that were gonna fucking do it and the people that didn't. And some people just died with the app. Yeah, that's it. That's end crazy. Of the career. They were getting brand deals, thousands and thousands of dollars, and just died because they didn't fucking do it.
Yeah, and I think so. Like, and you think about, let's talk even Jacob Owens right now. Like, if Instagram goes down for Jacob Owens right now, he has YouTube, right? And he has Twitter, and he has whatever else, the people who buy shit from his company or whatever. And I think it's so important, and something that I've even told myself I need to do. Like, if you got to build a stronger foundation, and this isn't just about followers, because who cares? But it's also, like you said, like, if Instagram is your only place that you can show your worth, then What if that goes down tomorrow? Right? You like if you have a Vimeo account that has all your work, you got a website, you have people that know your email or people that are finding you from XYZ, you're doing YouTube, you're on Twitter, like you're gonna be good no matter what. And I think that's important to think about. Like if the only thing that you're valuing is the fact that, oh, I have X amount of followers, or oh, I have these posts on my Instagram, like it's crazy to think we put so much pretty much all my eggs right now, because I don't have a site and I'm waiting until I feel like it's the right time. But like if I gotta go pull up shit on my phone because I don't have a place for other people to go see it, you know?
Yeah, which is super trash.
Yeah.
And I just deleted mine because I hated the way the old one looked. I was like, oh, I'll fix this. And I deleted it before I had a plan. And now I'm way too fucking busy with everything else. And my shit's just gone. So when you try to search anything about me, it's probably, I don't know what it takes you to, honestly, which is terrifying. But it is something that everyone should be thinking about because it can literally change just like that. But I mean, damn, it's...
And that's another way to look at this too is like, if you're a creator and you're like, man, I wish I had X amount of followers or whatever, right? And you're looking at other creators and like they just have a pop in Instagram, but you have a legitimate solid ass reel. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like you're gonna win regardless because you have that foundation of like you can send that reel to people, you can send them your site, you can email them, you can still get jobs without it because you've like set it in place and understood like, okay, I can't just put it all here. I need to like have a face for myself on the internet elsewhere.
And almost organizing, just sitting down and realizing like, okay, cool, if I've been pushing a lot of energy into my Instagram shit, what are the things that I want to highlight to clients, and then how can I facilitate that so I can make it very obvious that I do those things well. So if maybe it isn't as professional to say, hey guys, what up, blah 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 blah, I would love to work with you, I got 10,000 followers on IG, and the company's saying like, I don't give a fuck, because you're clearly not hitting us to do a brand deal, because we have millions of people with millions of followers hitting us up all day long to get our shit for free. But if you were hitting them up for a job opportunity and that's all you're basing your work on, is like, I've been able to accumulate 10,000 followers for blah, 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 blah. No one gives a fuck. But if you were able to say, yo, check out my site, I would really love to work with you guys. I do X, Y, Z. You can see that demonstrated right here on my website. That is very easy to find. I'm in full control of this and no one can change that shit. That's like fucking, who was just talking about that? I was just listening, maybe it was Joe Rogan or someone else, and they were talking about following and like all this shit, but they were like they were talking about like Ticketmaster and stuff. It was like with Charlemagne the God, and he said something about how people are so interested, how the rate of like, we talked about it too, interaction from followers, where you said something about like Kim K is like got the most followers, but her interaction is so low. Because then there's other creators that have smaller followings, and brands are looking at these people right now because their reaction's so good. Like they could say some shit and people will react to it. Brands want to put money into that. That's for sure the fucking main point. That's why they used to spend and still do millions of dollars on commercials, because if they made it look fire, or if Shaq sat in the fucking Prius or whatever the fuck it was, people were gonna be like, oh, I love Shaq.
But even then, in today's time, that's why these influencers that have the engagement is not only people, like the people that are worth the most on Instagram, and not only people who get the most engagement, likes, comments, whatever, shares, but like there are people on Instagram that if they say something, if they say they like something, or if they say they have a code, or if they say go watch this, there is a fucking large percentage of their followers that will actually act on it. And those are the people who feel the most connected to whoever they're following, right?
They trust them.
So like, for example, someone who Kim K, she has who knows, 175, 200 million followers, who knows, right? So many people, even though that's so many people, and she'll still of course make so much money off of things, but other people have followings that are much more invested in them,
or niche,
and will act on it, and those are the most valuable people. Because even at now, like, cool, Shaq LeBron's in the Kia, so I think cool, Kias are I guess they're kind of tight, but I'm not, doesn't make me go get a Kia versus literally Travis Scott the other day had a custom Reese's Puffs box, and I went to the grocery store and I was like, damn, I forgot Reese's Puff for fire, and I literally bought the box. Because you know what I mean? Or like one time Ray Strummer wore a pair of Pumas, and that made me realize like, yo, Pumas are tight. Before we even worked with Jay.
Right.
And I remember I was like, damn, those Clydes are really dope, and I went and bought them because I'm influenced by. It's crazy if you think about it. You're subconsciously influenced by people all the time. This is a different topic, but like because you're connected to them and they've built, like, you like their music, you like their fashion, you like their shows, you like all this stuff, so you're invested in like a wide variety of things.
What is this topic about?
I don't know how we got here.
Yeah, we're way off. Whoopsies. Maybe that's another morning roast we should talk about.
Yeah.
The power of influence. That's a dope one. I'm gonna write that down.
I don't know how. Yeah, power of influence.
Anyway, don't fucking put all your eggs in one basket for fucking sure. You don't want to be fucked in that situation. But honestly, even Jacob Owens in his interview, he was talking about how he utilized that. What was the app called? Or the website where he would like post his photos that he wasn't going to post. Unsplash. And he became the #1 most followed user on that platform just by sharing some shit that he thought was great, but he wasn't going to share it on his personal IG because it didn't fit that brand. And he found another avenue, and now he's like one of the top people there. And he's gotten tons of work out of it and tons of paid opportunities and people that were paying him for his photos and all this shit just through that, because he just was like, fuck, I don't know what's up with this, but I'll do it. And now he may have an entire audience over there, a whole new batch of fucking clientele and all this shit. And he could streamline them from, hey, if you want to see more of this type of content, go to my IG. If you want to see more of this type of content, go over here. Blah, 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 blah.
The quote that he said that I thought was really dope, that I liked the most from him, is he said, cast as many lines into the lake as possible. So it's like, and that's what this really comes down to, this entire episode. It's like, casting as many lines means, okay, cool, you're popping on Instagram, but like, maybe you should start like this. I'm talking to myself. You're on Instagram, but like cast another line. Why haven't you tried YouTube out yet? Why haven't you tried Twitter out yet? Why haven't you tried these stuff out yet? Because the more lines you have in the lake, the bigger chance, you can catch fish. You know what I mean?
A big ass fish. Cool. And also go get brand deals, because apparently we wanted to go there with this one.
How do we get there?
I have no idea how the fuck we got there. All right, cool. If you took anything away from this, let us know in the comments. We'd love to know. And yeah, we'll just end it like that. This is good.
Yep.
All right. See you guys.